Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. Today is Saturday. It's October 6, 2018, and there's a pretty scary story out right now from Amazon about everyone that is selling private label products. And so we're talking about third-party private label. Let's talk about what is private label and what is Amazon doing to crush those of you that are in the private label market, some of you anyways, in your business plans. So private label means you are buying a generically unbranded item from typically China or sometimes India, an overseas country. You can certainly buy them from manufacturers here in the US, but it's almost always cheaper to outsource them from overseas. And so you might buy something as simple as a plain Jane iPad case that has nothing on it. It's just a pink and black iPad case. And then you're gonna slap a name on it, like, let's say I was gonna put Casey's iPad cases, just Casey's iPad cases or whatever. Casey's Cool Cases, CCC. It could be whatever name brand you're trying to build. So OtterBox started as a privately labeled item, not necessarily on Amazon, but just as a privately labeled item called OtterBox. That's just the name they came up with. It's nothing from wherever. They pulled it out of thin air, they created it, they created a logo, and that's the name and the logo they put on every single case they sell. Those cases are just generic cases. They're now imprinted with that brand on it. So when you create Casey's Cool Cases, CCC, with a circle and some C's, bang, that goes on the items, that goes on the packaging, and that is now a privately labeled item that you own the rights to. Hopefully you've gone through the registration and trademarking and own the rights to it. So then you go and you put it up on Amazon as Casey's Cool Cases, but nobody knows what Casey's Cool Cases are. Everyone knows what an OtterBox or a LifeProof case is. They don't know what I am. So how do I make any sales? How do people find me? Well, that's where advertising and pay-per-click ads and promos and promotions and reviews and all that fancy stuff that goes along with Amazon private labeling and third-party selling and giveaways and all that stuff comes into play. And so once you get the hang of that, you start selling some cases. Every day you're selling 3 or 4 cases. You're making, $5 a case. All of a sudden, you're starting to make a few $100, and then you start getting it to take off. The more items you sell on Amazon, the more reviews you get, the higher in the search ranking your item can go. And now you're selling 10, 15, 20 cases a day. You're making $5,000, $10,000 a month, and everything's grand and great. Well, now Amazon decides they're going to create Amazon iPad cases. Bang! They slap Amazon iPad cases on some cases, and they start selling cases right along next to you. Now you have competition. Now you have to convince people to buy your case over Amazon's case. Depending on price, that's hard to do. If you guys are similarly priced, most people are going to buy from the name they know, more so than your name that's just trying to advertise to them. The other thing that Amazon is doing with private labeling is they're advertising their own private label, not just against you as a competitor, but right on your listing as an advertisement running. And so people might see your case and then say at the bottom, they see another case and they're like, oh, what's this one? Let me click on it. You just lost a sale because Amazon used their own platform to advertise against you. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. If you don't private label, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you do know exactly what I'm talking about. And I want those of you that do private label for a living, that do it on a decent size scale, at least a couple thousand a month, even just a couple hundred a month would be decent, to comment down below. Tell me about your business. Tell me if Amazon's impeding on it. So first of all, the Chinese sellers, the overseas sellers, were doing the same thing. They would sell you a blank case for $2. You would get it in, import it, put it up for $15. They'd put the same case up on Amazon for $10 because they didn't have to worry about importing it or any of those expenses, and now they've undercut you on your own product. Now you're having to fight Amazon on their own platform. And so some people said that the way around that is to advertise, pay Amazon to advertise to stay on your own item and then your own advertisement running on your own platform. Either way, Amazon wins. Either their ad for their product is running on your listing and they're going to make the sale, or they're going to get advertising money out of you to make sure that they don't appear on your product. So either way, it's a win-win for Amazon. This is a pretty crazy story. So the newest story that came out is that Amazon is planning on doubling its private label business in the next year or two, meaning their 120 or 180 private label brands right now are going to be all over the place. They're going to start selling cases. They already sell diapers. You guys may have heard of Mama Bear diapers. Those diapers sell $200,000 a week. It's like $10 million a year in diapers that Amazon sells. That is it's not always called Amazon's diapers. They call it Mama Bear diapers. And every one of their private labels has a name, not Amazon. It's something that, fits that item. I'm just using that as an example. But they're doing 10 million in diapers. Think about how Huggies and all those companies, Loves, all those diaper companies feel about Amazon automatically selling 10 million and now going to be doing $20 million in diapers next year. They're taking a share right out of people's pockets. People may not go to the store and buy Huggies or Love's diapers anymore. They may just log into Amazon and buy Mama Bear diapers on Prime, and Amazon wins. That's how they're crushing the market. Hopefully that makes more sense to you guys. Not to mention Babies R Us went out of business, so that kind of helped their Mama Bear diapers, I'm sure, tenfold. But anyways, I hope that kind of clears it up, like what they're planning on doing to these third parties and these private labels. It's getting harder and harder to sell that kind of stuff on Amazon. You want to go out and buy a Samsung, or a tablet and resell it and flip it and make some money? Perfect. You want to buy some video games for $2 and put them on Amazon for 15 and flip them? Awesome. You want to sell all the stuff that exists? Great. Hopefully it stays that way. But private labels getting really, really tough. Let me show you the story that I picked up today, and hopefully a lot of you guys that have some experience in private labeling and third-party selling on Amazon will kind of comment down below and give the other viewers and the people who watch this video and read the comments a little more insight and a little more information with your experience. This is just based off of my experience, of course, but I'd love to hear from you guys down in that comment section. Let's check out the other part of the video, and then you guys can feel free to go down there and drop me a line. Okay, from CNBC Tech, it just starts off with Amazon is doubling down on private label business. Let me give you guys an idea of the numbers I was just talking about. In 2017, Amazon generated $31.88 billion in third-party revenues. That's non-Amazon sold items. $31.88 billion all year long. If we scroll down to CNBC's estimations, they did $7.5 billion this year, which is quite a huge number. I mean, you're talking about, what, 25% almost? They're talking 2022, which is only 4 years away, that they're going to do $25 billion in Amazon's own private label, which means they're going to get almost as much in sales on their own, in their own private labels, as every third-party seller combined. Nearly, not quite, but almost. And that's why people that sell private label, third-party private label products are completely freaking out. And that's why I want to know what you guys that have private labels on Amazon, if you've seen a down spiral in sales, if they're down, if it's getting harder, if you're seeing any of Amazon's products popping up on your listings, which I have a friend, it's happening. First, he had to deal with the Chinese sellers jumping on his listings, and now he's dealing with Amazon's own private labels. So here's the little, if you scroll down to this paragraph about Amazon's Mama Bear diapers, jumped 40% to $200,000 a week, which is $10 million a year. And they're digging into the bigger, Huggies and Loves and that kind of company are taking a hit because Amazon is creating their own diapers now. And this could be for every product top to bottom. So click on this link, read this story. It's from CNBC Tech. It's a really good written story. Eugene Kim wrote it, great writer, on Saturday. And I recorded this Saturday night. You may not see it till Sunday, but this is interesting. And those of you that were looking to get into private label might want to think twice about doing it on Amazon or making sure that none of the products you're going to sell are in Amazon's own private label before you do it. So make sure you do click the link, read the story, check it out. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel and like this video if you did, and I'll see you next time.